All right, Shalom, call I'm like how about me outside. The bond said hopefully like elder apostles, the GMS slave to be saved. Lord willing, start with those as GMS church. Okay, hopefully like elder apostles slave to be saved. All right, being those and on down to the rest that may be under the same doctrine, and to the onward to the brothers here at this congregation in order, and all true faith and sincerity, and to the rest that's teaching, and all true faith and sincerity as well, the rest of the Akim, okay? Shalom to the rest of you believers as well. All right, ultimately the house of David. So just some quick, this guy, Captain Joel, you know, he's been coming up, you know, and it's been about the mark of the beast, and he's been off about it. So that's really what we we're gonna put out the truth of the matter regarding those speaking on the Lord's prophecies and certain Israelites, and whether or not if everybody should be doing that, and how the mark of the beast isn't any of these things that he's gonna go on to say, and they've been going on to say that they are, you know, with those at the IUIC, which I really hope the Lord, he really break that whole thing up, man, because them dudes over there, they just not right, you know. It got our people completely just missing the whole point once again, you know. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and play on this, and we can hear, you know, the foolishness, you know, of this guy, you know, the madness of the prophet, spiritual man, so-called, right?
Law, statutes, and commandments. Hey! Read it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 15 and verse 1.
Bring it up!
I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous.
Law, statutes, and commandments by the beast.
Would that mean that...
Bring it up!
I have a question.
Yes.
So, based on what I'm hearing, am I to assume that by not being in the world, as you have stated, would that mean that I wouldn't take the mark of the beast because I'm not in the world?
Exactly. The mark of the beast is the mark of their sin, the mark of the philosophies, the mark of the politics, the support of America's democracy, the support of America's religion, the support of Christianity, the support of Christmas, the support of New Year's. That you've been marked by the beast. Think about our mark is what? A stamp.
So he just told him he got the mark of the beast. Now I'm going to let him go on and talk, you know, with the foolishness.
You're thinking. They leave their stamp and they're thinking upon your mind.
So he said a mark is what? A stamp. So he knows what the word mark means. He said it's a stamp, and it's in your mind, though, okay?
You identify with the Israelite because the mark of God is what? His law, statutes, and commandments. By the beast. Think about our mark is what? A stamp.
He knows that a mark is in the Greek. It has to be. He has to know that it's charagma, which means a stamp, you know, or, you know, really a badge of servitude, an etching, you know. And we know it's the RFID chip, okay? But he's saying that it's all these other things, okay? So let me play again.
Thinking. They leave their stamp and they're thinking upon your mind. Now, no longer you identify with the Israelite because the mark of God is what? His law, statutes, and commandments.
Once again, we done went over this before. How could you prove that you got it? Anybody can fake. Anybody can fake and act like they got it in their mind. That's the plan. So that don't make no sense.
Read it.
The book of Revelation, chapter...
And they'll probably watch this video, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewind it just for you, you know, because they'll probably watch this video, you know, and be like, he didn't listen to anything I said before. Well, let's go back to when you was first asked about the mark of the beast.
They don't watch the news, what's going on. Resources, let's go to the food banks. Whether or not, the Most High speaks to us through what? The scriptures. Right. The rainforest live off the grid. Bring it out. The distractions of life. Bring it out. Life has our people distracted. That's why it's so reduced. It's coming. Plagues is coming. Wars or the street begging for bread. Yes.
Help me understand this. Right?
Yes.
So we still gonna be here.
Yeah.
As far as the mark of the beast.
What is the mark of the beast?
Everything right now is leading up to that.
Leading to what?
The mark of the beast.
What is the mark of the beast? Always been here. What is the mark of the beast?
Which is, dangerous to say, but okay.
It's always been here.
What is the mark of the beast?
It's something that's not gonna allow you to buy or sell.
What is that talking about?
And that's true.
Is that talking about on a small scale?
Small scale?
Or is that talking about on a larger scale?
Large scale.
A larger scale.
Talking about the rich and the poor. Nobody's gonna be able to buy or sell.
Okay, is it literally talking about the rich, meaning people, and poor people? Now, what do you think the mark of the beast is?
I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be inserted.
And yes, it is. People. People and countries. But anyway.
Inserted for our right hand.
They've been inserting things.
Or
Okay, is it literally talking about the rich, meaning people, and poor people? Now, what do you think the mark of the beast is?
I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be inserted for our right hand.
They've been inserting things.
Or it's a mark on the forehead or something like that.
Think about it. What is in your forehead and what is in your right hand?
In my brain.
So they're going to insert something in your brain that's going to keep you from buying and selling?
Yes, it's called Neuralink. Look it up.
That's those who have allegiance to Satan there.
There you go. Sin.
What about the right hand there?
You support it. When you pledge allegiance, what do you pledge with?
Right hand.
So he said the forehead representing that you support it, and then he asked him about the hand. Now let's see how he winged this one.
So you're saying that's those who have allegiance to Satan there.
There you go. Sin.
What about the right hand there?
You support it. When you pledge allegiance, what do you pledge with?
Right hand.
Why?
So everybody got the mark of the beast. you got the mark of the beast right now. If you doing that, if it's that simple. CJ, man.
You support it.
Bring it out.
When you're making a covenant or an agreement, what are you doing with it?
You're making a covenant or
Got it?
agreement.
That's solid, right?
Right hand.
Yeah, go ahead. Think about it. Think. When I make a covenant with somebody, what do I do? When I shake my left hand or my right hand?
Right hand.
You support it.
Bring it out.
You agree with it.
Right.
Read that.
Second Maccabees.
Right. That's true, but what's gonna be the thing to exemplify that? That's gonna be put into a form, which is to appear on individuals so they can have physical proof. You got people that shake your hand all that's the same as saying, okay, the mark of the beast is really you in your mind supporting it. Okay, you can buy or sell, you support it. The mark of the beast is you shaking their hand because you support it. Okay, you can buy or sell. That don't make any sense, and those are the same in both aspects. One with the mind, you can fake. You know, that wouldn't be Esau ain't that stupid. You can act like you support it in your mind, and then you got snakes that shake your hand all the time. But that don't mean you really. That don't mean you really. That doesn't mean they're really with you, and they even know that. For instance, quick scripture. This is Psalms 50. Psalms 55. Salakia. This is Psalms 55. I'm going to jump straight to the point. This is verse 20. He hath put forth his hands, you see, against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. So yeah, shaking hands represents a deal, alliance, stuff like that. But that don't necessarily mean, according to this, that don't necessarily mean the person is with you, because the so-called white man, that's all throughout his track record, and that's how he do everything. You know? But read it again. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. So how would he get fooled by that? If he know he can shake your hand, because he know that represents support, alliance, but that don't necessarily mean, like, your hand doesn't, when that doesn't stay That's not the ultimate, like that doesn't mean he's truly with you, just to keep it simple. So, you know, jumping back, hit and play.
4 verse 34. Bring it up! 4. Menelaus taking it. What I do? When I shake my left hand or my right hand? Right hand. You support it. Bring it out. You agree with it. Right. Read that. 2 Maccabees chapter 4 verse 34. Bring it up! 4. Menelaus taking Andronicus apart, prayed him to get Onias into his hand, who being persuaded thereunto, and coming to Onias in deceit, gave him his right hand with oaths. You see that? You make your oaths, meaning you're supporting the system.
You a bug out, cause you know damn well snakes done shook your hand before and they ain't mean you no good. You full of shit, Jake. That's some bullshit. Why the hell the devil be that stupid? How many snakes' hands you done shook? How many damn devil's hands you done shook in interviews? Does that make when you shake his hand, does that mean you're not his enemy anymore? He's not your enemy? So how could the mark of the beast come down to something that's not substantial as support, as is not substantial, as is not guaranteed substantial support, as is something, as much as something is in order to buy or sell, because you with this system. Yeah, the mark of the beast, it really is representing all that. You know, if you get this, that means you with everything that go on here. But once again, why would it come down to being a handshake to prove that, which is something that's not substantial at all throughout history, throughout day-to-day life? People are shaking hands all the time with the devil. So that means they got the mark of the beast? That don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. Yeah, you read that scripture because that's what men do. That's what people do. That's supposed to be alliance, but that don't necessarily mean it's gonna be that. Period. It's not gonna come down to something as simple as that. It's gonna come down to something more substantial as showing you with this in order to buy or sell, which is having a physical representation of your servitude, you know, in the most abominable fashion. Something you're gonna have to go out of your way to do that's so unnatural, just to prove, right, which is said to be a badge, just to prove you were with all these things. Period. Which is gonna be some physical, that RFID, you know, microchip, man.
Your right hand. That's what you pledge. We pledge with your left hand or your right hand? Your right hand, because you're supporting America's democracy. You're supporting the politics. You're supporting your system. You're in support with them. That's what.
Now that's good. You can say that. Well, if somebody asks you a question, well, why is it the right hand? This would be a good explanation for that. But to say this is the mark of the beast, you shaking with your right hand, you supporting it. Basically, you just supporting it. That's the mark of the beast. So everybody got the mark of the beast then. And then Esau then failed miserably, you know, at getting people to truly get it. Because everybody could be lying.
Colin Kaepernick, he took the knee. What happened? They said, damn, he's not with our agenda. He's not in support of our agenda. Right. That's why everybody started cursing him out. They said, oh, our people died for this country. What does that bending the knee have to do with saluting the American flag? Showing that when you salute the American flag, you're saying you salute the system. You're for police brutality. Right. You're for killing. You're for slavery. Right. But when you don't salute it, what are you saying? I'm against slavery. I'm against police brutality. I'm against the politics. I'm against the war. That's what he's telling you to stand as in support. Just like in Babylon, right? Give me that in Daniel chapter 3. Give me Daniel chapter 3, verse 21.
I'm not going to be able to buy it or sell because I wouldn't support their cause.
Now give me Revelation 13. I'm going to break it down for you real quick. I'm not talking about on a small scale. Buying and selling is going into your embargoes, your sanctions. It ain't talking about me and you, my brother. Bring it out.
He out of there. He through. This is Jeremiah 4:21. How long shall I see the standard? What is the standard? The standard is the truth. When you go to Psalms, the 60th chapter, and I want to say the 4th verse, is a banner of truth, which the Lord has given to those truly in his name, the true prophets, the prophets that he had created from before. They will come back when you go into Sirach, the 36th chapter, and I want to say the 14th verse on down. Okay? So that's the standard. The standard is the truth of the matter. Okay? It says, and hear the sound of the trumpet. Once again, going to the prophets, the true prophets. lifting up their voices, reciting the scriptures, the prophecies, for what they truly mean. It's what the Lord meant when he said these things was going to happen, which were basically instructions that were sealed in man going into the book of Job while they were asleep. You know, it's to be certain endeavors they will go out and bring forth to help the Lord's movie will play out. You know, what was that he instructed? What did he truly instruct them to do and bring forth in order to bring forth that will? That's what we out here lifting our voice out about, correctly. Lifting up our voice up about. But anyway, for my people is foolish. They have not known me, right? Meaning, if you were to listen to these people that are lifting up their voice like the sound of a trumpet, showing you a banner, displaying it, the true ones though, the true prophets doing this. Because say many false prophets are going out into the earth, into the world. Right? They out here like they've been sent, but they haven't. And once again, the Bible really comes down to, especially when you're in the New Testament, it comes down to the church. The Lord is focused on the church. That's why I say, if the judgment is going to begin at the house of God. What's the house of God? The Israelites that know they're Israelites and that don't. But more so those that know that they're Israelites. And they go on to say, what? If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the sinner and ungodly appear? And my point of saying that is what? The Lord's only focused on us because nobody else even matter. And he's finding faults among those that's supposed to be being righteous, meaning those that know they're Israelites. So those false prophets, once again, a part of the Lord's focus, which is the church, those that know they're Israelites, are really Israelite camps, Israelite so-called leaders that's out here like they've been sent and they haven't. And they out here saying they're all prophets, which is so retarded because there's other lots that's been given. Everyone is not a prophet. That don't make no sense. Even if you're in a camp, that don't mean you're a prophet, man. You know? You got brothers that don't even speak most of the time. So how the hell they a prophet? You know? Just by default, just automatically, I should say. It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. Which, once again, to establish that there's false prophets going out, and it's talking about amongst us that know we're Israelites, these certain camps. But you also have in the balance what? The true prophets that's been out. It's not easy to find God. Think about it. You can't even find God just by going, you know. Can he search the Most High to perfection? So how much more if really the way to find the Most High is through his prophets? Just as much as you can't go out and look up in the sky and see him sitting there, it's the same way, showing you it's not easy to find God. It's the same way when actually accessing the building with the workers in it to get to him, hence the boss. You know what I'm saying? You what makes you think it's just gonna be that easy? You might run into somebody you might go into a building and want to see the boss. That person you talk to probably about to get fired the next day. You know, that person you talking to probably don't even really know the boss. Don't even know who the boss is. That goes on in companies. So it's hard to find the Most High. So my point of saying that is what? The Lord, set it up like that, meaning it's really going to be hard to access. It ain't going to be hard, but it's work you got to put in to really get to the boss, meaning you're going to have to, that's why it's false prophets and it's true prophets. Then it's prophets with certain measure. You probably run into a prophet, he only got a certain measure, he can't tell you everything. You know, but he's a start. Then you got false prophets. They help you see what the truth is. Just by you hearing the madness they say, you would probably realize, okay, this can't be it. You don't know what the Bible means. I know this Bible can be explained, but you can't explain it. But anyway, so once you finally get to those men through going through the sorts of prophets the Lord got out here, as far as false and true, you now have the chance to know the Lord, because they're going to be the ones with that banner and lifting up their voice like a trumpet correctly about the instructions that he has given certain men to go out and act out his endeavors, which is really moves, or gambits for the Lord's will to come forth. And the particular one he gave the so-called white man is called this mark of the beast, all of that. And that particular one is specifically what? Him getting everybody chipped in order by ourselves. But since it's an assortment of prophets you got to go through, it's not as easy to just pretty much only run into that and just get that. You probably gonna run into millions of other things, and then you got to sort through and see what's right, what makes sense, But anyway, for my people, it's foolish. They have not known me. They are Sottish children, meaning what? Stupid. Captain Joel, he is possibly of the Sottish. At this point, he's of the Sottish, period. All right? It says, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, because this man ain't really dealt with true prophets. That's why. Iron sharpeneth iron. Prophets deal with prophets. Right? He ain't deal with the man with the correct understanding. He dealt with Bishop Nate. And all you guys are byproducts of him. So you see what he's about and what you out here spewing out and how you out here moving. And if you were a misrepresentation of what he was, if he's a true diligent leader, you would be the hell out. You wouldn't even be a part of IUIC. And I'm going to read this in the NLT. My people are foolish. Who's the Lord's people? You Israelites. And once again, the focal point of the Lord's, the Lord is looking at the church. Those that got his brand. Because all Jake ain't out here repping the brand of Israel. These niggas out here talking about they black. That don't go back to the Lord. So the Lord really focus on those that actually done picked this name Israel back up. Israelites. The whole brand. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the Bible. We're the Jews. We're the real Israelites. That's the Lord's brand, man. Even if you saying the Lord's name is Christ, or we can call him Christ or God, but you got all the other parts. And that part you just got wrong. You still picked up his brand, but at that point you're just misrepresenting it. So he looking at these people that's doing that too. And then onward to the ones that got the names right. Yahweh Bashmi Shai, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. It says, my people are foolish and do not know me, says the Lord Yahweh. They are stupid. They are stupid children who have no understanding. They are clever enough at doing wrong. That's what this dude doing. But they have no idea how to do right. Proverbs 1. And I'm going to start at 29. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, right? And how did you hate knowledge? By rejecting the outlets of where you get the knowledge, which is the true prophets, the way the Lord deals with it. Once again, if the prophet say a thing that doesn't come to pass, you would know. Pretty much is ways to know who the prophet is. I did a lesson on it, and you choose and ignore that, is not fearing the Lord, because the Lord commanded us to pretty much get the insight, get the knowledge through the prophets. For instance, it tell you right here, 1 Samuel 9:9, before time in Israel, right? Let us look into the old generations, right? Search out the ways of our fathers and all that. Job 8:8, Deuteronomy 32, right? Sirach 2. Anyway, before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. So this is how you access God. This is how you access the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. You got to go to what? The prophets who were once a fourth time called the seers. They can see what's going on. Everybody clearly can't see what's going on, man. And this is the order on how the Lord wanted it to go. But you got those that's denying that and know the truth. How you read the whole Bible and you out here talking about everybody prophets? That's bullshit. All right? This is verse 30. They will none of my counsel. They despise all my proof. Yeah. And the council is a body of prophets, apostles, the teachers, you know. It says, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away, this the point of the simple shall slay them. This dude is just basically being simple. Our people simple. That's my whole point. Our people simple. They're Sottish, aka they really simple. You know, they stupid. Cause that's very stupid to say. Like you pledge with the right hand, you got everybody got the mark of the beast. That don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. It says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Being simple, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Yeah, and that's really going in the Nate, man. Because a lot of y'all pretty much have got compared to before you being in the truth, you have you probably was in the so-called Christian church, right? You've become more prosperous, you know, in certain regards, you know, due to joining the IUIC or whatever, you know. Anyway, it says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So this is all prophecy. Okay, you read this in the NLT, verse 32, for simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. Yeah, you know. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. And y'all was teaching over there, pretty much there wasn't going to be no Jacob's trouble. And now Nate done came back talking about, I never said that it's fools teaching. Anyway, moving on. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. And the Most High has set some in the church. You know what? So you saying some simple crap like you said, you know, that's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you destroyed, man. You know, cause you about to have a lot of blood on your hands, man. You basically giving. You saying that is kind of giving okay to brother. You got a chip in your phone already, brother. Now what if that brother thinking about getting a damn RFID chip put in his hand or in his forehead, and he went on. You know, he was skeptical about it, but since you told him that, he like, you know what, you right, and he go on and do it. The whole time, that's the mark of the beast. And that happens to tons of people you talk to and break the mark of the beast down to so-called. You don't even break it down. You completely fumble the breakdown of the mark of the beast. The understand, you know, the insight, you know, the stability that could come with knowing what the mark of the beast is when that time comes. When the hour of temptation comes. You completely fumble that, man. You supposed to hand it off. You snapped the ball, bring it out, and just broke it all down wrong. You fumbled the ball. We lost like 20 yards, got snacked out of bounds. Jake get put in a concussion and die. You know what I'm saying? Die. You know, he going to get burnt by the nuclear fire for taking the mark of the beast, man. You know? That shit crazy. This is Iraq 32 and 21. Be not confident in the plain way. Meaning what? Don't be a simpleton out here. Okay? Don't be a simpleton. Once again, when you go back into Proverbs 1 and 32 in the NLT, for simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. See that? So pretty much, matter of fact,
complacency.
A feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievement. Synonyms: self-approval, self-admiration, self-congratulation, self-regard, gloating, triumph, pride, satisfaction, contentment, carelessness, laziness. Yeah. So y'all just stuck on y'all the purple and gold. Don't nobody else know what's going on. You know, we most high Christ blessed and all this other madness. Y'all not even trying. And that's been allowed to keep going. I mean, even Nate coming out of his situation. But you see, simultaneously, while he was down, brothers were saying it's because he was playing with the names. And then simultaneously, as he comes out and reconfesses the name, that's in the time where he comes out of his sickness. You see that? But my point is saying that before all of that, y'all was complacent. Nothing was happening. You just day by day, you caught up in, really believing you ain't got to do nothing to actually try, actually get this right, actually be concerned and see what, y'all just proud, man. And that's exactly what the synonym to complacency is pride. And that's what's going to destroy you, man. That's what's going to destroy you and everybody that listen to you. And that's called being what? Simple. Proverbs 31 and 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. And and the point, and going back to the original point, really y'all not even prophets. Everybody not prophets. You disregard the Lord's order. You disregard. You ain't never got sharpened with by another prophet, by one with more measure. Y'all too proud to, admit it. The elder apostle Tahar was talking about this, man. You ain't never been taught it, so how can you teach it? And then really, the only ones that's gonna bring forth a measure of this type of understanding is those that are those that are the ones that always had that measure, in the ancient times. So if you was a prophet that didn't have that much of a measure, right? Say you were a prophet, but say you was a prophet that didn't have that much of a measure back in the ancient time, and you're old when you was a prophet before, you're not gonna get any more. You're gonna be in that same lot. Daniel was told he's gonna stand in his lot. Everybody wasn't on the level of Daniel. So how the hell can everybody be out here trying to tell everybody what the mark of the beast is, man? Like I can go in everything. You and every brother ain't got it like that, man. And for you to know, you got to deal with the one that has it. That's how it goes. It's a body. It's a business. Like, I'm not going to be savvy at a department I'm not in versus a brother that's in that department. We're in the same building, and I can know. But I'm not going to act like I'm in his department. I'm savvy in his department. That's his department, My department is my department. And that's how it's set up. You were never put through you wasn't given that measure to be able to declare such a thing. I could just talk all day on it. But anyway, this is 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. And the Most High have set some first in the church. First, apostles. Secondarily, prophets. Thirdly, teachers. After that, miracles. Then gifts of healing, helps, governments, and diversity of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? You see? Now we're going to read this. Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? No. Let's read it in the NLT starting at verse 28 again. Here are some of the parts God has, the Most High, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, has appointed for the church. First are apostles. Second are prophets. Third are teachers. Then those who do miracles. Those who have the gift of healing. Those who can help others. Those who have the gift of leadership. Those who speak in unknown languages. Right? And you got some with basically all that measure. But anyway, are all apostles? Are we all prophets? Are we all teachers? Do we all have the power to do miracles? Do we all have the gift of healing? Do we all have the ability to speak in unknown languages? Do we all have the ability to interpret unknown languages? Of course not. So all you hear from men is, man, we the prophets of the Lord. The fake prophet runs into the true prophets. So what's this talk about? So that's the turning away of the simple, man. Them Jakes out here That's other church that picked up the Lord's brand, they misrepresenting it, and they turning away from how the business, which is a brand, is supposed to be ran and publicized and marketed. Y'all market it real simple, and that's why simple things coming out, and that's gonna get a lot of people destroyed, including the ones specifically that are pushing that simplicity, that complacency through their pride, which is because of their complacency, their pride. You know, you a lazy worker, man. That's another synonym to complacency. You know, so I'm gonna jump. So this is how we get to that part where he said this, and I'm gonna close up. So we let you rock, and what you say makes no sense.
Because some people say the mark of the beast is the vaccine. There's some teachers. Some people say the mark of the beast is the microchip.
What prophet say that? You keep talking about people. Who is people? Who cares what people think when you're supposed to, versus what the true prophets of the Most High think? What prophet says that? Some people say this, some people say that, some people say. You being simple. Who cares? Ain't no brother, I ain't heard one brother, I ain't heard no brothers push like that. That's what the mark of the beast is. Now, when this scandemic came about, brothers are saying, okay, the thing which we say the mark of the beast could be, starting with the elder apostles on down, could be is the mark, the RFID, which could have been put in the damn thing in that juice. But brothers has never moved off saying that the Mark Cuban is the RFID chip, and instead now it's the vaccine. Only people you heard saying that was who? These damn fake Christians in the world, the Edomites and stuff like that. That's not the Mark Cuban, man. And you know that. You know them the people saying that. So why are you really you regarding people? You ain't talking about, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So the microchip's gonna keep you from buying and selling. Some people say it's a vaccine now. So they say, you see, we're not allowed to go to the supermarket or the stores. We can't buy and sell. But why would they give you the shot in your left hand? Why would you get the microchip in your left hand? So that
because the fact that's not it. The jump shot's not it. What you write about, that's not being the thing.
I can't buy and sell. Then does that mean I'm not gonna get the kingdom? Because I have it in my left hand? You see what I'm saying?
And you're not gonna get the kingdom because you can't get witchcraft. Allows you, it doesn't afford you to be able to get the kingdom if you taking witchcraft, especially once you know. You go get that pharmakia. You know what I'm saying? It tell you that, man. What's that? Galatians the 5th chapter or Ephesians the 5th chapter?
You got something for me? Or Revelation 13, read it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Start at verse 15.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So the Bible says he had power. Now, John the Revelator is going back into history. He had power to give life to the image of the beast. You have Pope Alexander VI over Rome had power. He hired Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo to give life unto his son, Caesar Borgia, which became the new depiction of the image of Jesus Christ. Bring it out!
Bro, the image is not Jesus Christ, bro. The image is the lifestyle, man. Okay? The lifestyle of Esau. Just to keep it short.
He wanted to keep the money internally. He didn't want to do business. Point. It's all thinking upon Christianity. It's the point of Christmas. It's exactly the mark of the beast is the mark of their sin. The mark.
Would that mean that?
We get to this point. Now listen.
I wouldn't take the mark of the beast because I'm not in the world.
Exactly. The mark of the beast is the mark of their sin. The mark of the philosophies. The mark of the.
Would that mean that? I wouldn't take the mark of the beast because I'm not in the world.
Exactly. The mark of the beast is the mark of their sin.
If you're not in the world, you don't have the mark of the beast. Which, on a broad ass scale of speaking, that's true. Because if you're not in the world, you're not going to end up with the mark, which is the RFID chip. But not being in the world is not the equivalent of that. This shit is crazy. These dudes doing this. This is crazy. This is madness.
Because you got to be in the world to get the mark. But not being in the world, just saying it blandly like that, that's not the mark. All right?
The mark of the philosophies, the mark of the politics, the support of America's democracy, the support of America's...
I wouldn't take the mark of the beast because I'm not in the world.
Exactly. The mark of the beast is the mark of their sin, the mark of the philosophies, the mark of the politics, the support of America's democracy, the support of America's religion, the support of Christianity, the support of Christmas, the support of New Year's. That you get marked by the beast.
So if you supported Christmas, if you supported Christianity at any point, that's when you got marked with the beast. Now, this one don't make any sense about that. And I'm going to end here. This is Revelation 14 and 15. It says, and the third angel, verse 9, Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out with mixture into the cup of his indignation. So you screwed already. Because before you came to the truth, you was into Christianity. You was probably pushing Christmas, right? And then you learned the truth. That don't even make any sense. Like, even if you weren't even pushing Christmas, but your so-called parents was, you grew up in a household that was celebrating Christmas. That means as a shorty, you received the damn the mark of the beast. And according to this, you already written to be destroyed. So that don't make any sense. And you can't repent. You can't repent for that, man. Because that's matter of fact, that's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Because of what the RFID, the mark or the beast is servitude to man. You giving your spirit to him, man. You know, that's completely blasphemy of the whole of the spirit, man. You can't. How the hell, man? That don't make any sense. But it says, and he shall be tormented with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So basically everybody else, a Christian or celebrating Christmas, just get ready to be prepared, according to this guy, to be destroyed already by the Lamb. Because you got the mark of the beast, you know, when you unknowingly, you know, the hell out of here, man. Mark of the beast is the RFID chip, which you're going to have to physically go out of your way to do and be abominable to prove to Esau you with him. And to prove to the Most High, you need to be destroyed. That's what the mark of the beast is, the RFID chip, the insertion of that. All right? 666. Anyway, call them like how about me on Shalom.